Today, we're diving deep into a topic that affects so many of us: trauma. But this journey isn't about what happens to us, it's about the profound changes within us. For years, trauma was seen as the actual events that happened. However, recent insights show that trauma isn't just about the events, it's really about our internal response. In other words, how our body and mind react to what happened. This internal lens is crucial for understanding trauma. To understand this, we must explore the autonomic nervous system, or ANS. ANS is what we all have in common as humans. It guides our survival instincts and our desire for connection, all while being uniquely shaped by our individual experiences. ANS operates quietly in the background, regulating our heartbeat, temperature, and digestive system. It's our inner satellite, constantly scanning our environment for signs of safety and signs of danger. When ANS scans the environment, it has three general responses. 1. Safe. We feel relaxed and connected to ourselves and those around us. 2. Mobilized. This gets us ready for action, involving arousal and energy mobilization. When ANS perceives danger, it sends a message to the brain, our heart rate and breathing increase, adrenaline and cortisol are dispatched, and blood rushes to our muscle to provide the strength needed to manage the danger. We call this the fight or flight response. 3. Immobilize. When ANS perceives that the threat is overwhelming and we can't fight or run, it collapses the body into a freeze state. Our heart rate, blood pressure, and body temperature decrease, and pain-numbing endorphins are released. All of these functions happen automatically without any thought process. ANS works in this way daily to help us navigate life. When ANS functions well, it smoothly transitions between states, allowing us to face challenges, rest, and even blend states for complex experiences like joy and intimacy. For example, when we're having fun or working, ANS combines the mobilized and safe state, and during intimate moments with our loved one, it combines the immobilized and safe state. This flexibility is the cornerstone of resilience to stress, enabling us to bounce back from difficulties and move on. Unfortunately, when we experience trauma and chronic stress, it can keep ANS in a state of dysfunction and dysregulation, becoming stuck in survival mode. An enjoyable social event can become threatening, but being in a healthy solitude can become frightening. When we have a history of trauma and chronic stress, the ANS surveillance system often becomes faulty and insensitive, frequently signaling danger even when we are safe. It's like having a smoke alarm system connected directly to the fire station, sounding alarms when it's not necessary. Persistently living in a chronic state of survival mode is not only debilitating but unsustainable. This is why we may turn to unhealthy coping strategies like overworking, binge eating, gambling, drugs, and alcohol in an attempt to self-soothe, distract, and ultimately relieve ourselves from suffering. The problem is that these solutions only serve as temporary relief and in themselves create more problems in the long term, leading to shame, self-loathing, self-criticism, and further disconnection from ourselves and others. There's a whole range of experiences that can be traumatizing for all humans and adversely impact ANS. This can include relational trauma, such as experiences of rejection or not belonging, trauma associated with unhealthy and unhelpful cultural practices, or developmental trauma, adversities in childhood like having our key needs for safety go unmet, including physical abuse, neglect, and lack of safety whilst growing up, or shock traumas such as car accidents, assaults, natural disasters. Many other experiences can be traumatizing, including chronic stress, medical procedures, issues like racism, poverty, discrimination, oppression, and violence. Even more astonishing is the discovery that trauma can echo through our genes for generations. For more information on this, you can look out for epigenetic studies. We are learning that many physical and emotional symptoms may emerge from chronically dysregulated ANS. These can include gut health issues, chronic pain, or autoimmune diseases. Many chronic conditions and symptoms that medics find hard to diagnose and treat can be attributed to a dysfunctional ANS. When ANS get trapped in survival mode, our biology shifts its focus from the tasks that keep us healthy and thriving to surviving the immediate perceived threat. Our childhood experiences can also keep us from connecting with others. As children, our number one survival strategy is to attach to our caregivers. We therefore need our caregivers to be safe and to accept us. When the people responsible for our safety have little to no capacity to meet our safety needs, and we're living in a chronic state of distress, Hans doesn't get wired right. The part of Hans that judges what is safe and what is not becomes defective. If being fully ourselves and connecting with others were unsafe as a child, as adults we'll often hide parts of ourselves and unconsciously reject attempt from friends and partners to connect. Even though fully being ourselves and connecting is what we want, Hans feels it's unsafe and won't allow it. Trauma compromises our ability to fully be with ourselves and engage with others, replacing the need for connection with the need for protection. When there has been trauma, Hans can no longer differentiate between what's safe now and what was unsafe then. Hans can't turn off the need to protect even though we are now safe. So what can we do when Hans become dysregulated? How do we recover from trauma and develop a healthy, regulated, and resilient nervous system? Join me in the next video to find out more.